Hello, welcome back. Ang
Hello.
ganda ng usapan natin. So, ipagpapatuloy natin more about yung program ng PBM. Probably we can discuss about yung if there are any, kasi there are pros and there are cons. So, maybe we can, discuss a bit about that. Nandito pa sa atin si Sir J from Batak, Ilocos Norte. Kabsat! Sige. Guys, go ahead. Anong mga tatanong nyo kay Jay?
Oo.
Sige, Sir Jay, kayo na
Um,
magtuloy niyo yung gusto niyo sabihin.
yes.
And may mga threats ba palagay mo?
Well, on all the things, hindi rin naman secret sa atin that there's a lot of things, there's a lot of people or groups that they don't want PBBM to succeed, diba? Sinabi na yan ni Apo JPE. And that is one of the threats if we start from there, sabotage. And remember that agriculture is, yung sinasabi natin kanina, may cartel, may importation cartel, yung mga ganyan. These are people that will lose business if he becomes successful or if he starts weeding them out, kung tawagin. So, yan ang may potential, may interest. It's in their best interest to sabotage the program, I think I will, basing on our experience, I will say later on after the threats on how do we counter them and how will he counter them, basing on our experience, with him, So, yun ding current laws like yung rice tarification law, because yes, we do get a bit of money from the rice tarification law, but does it trickle down to the farmers? Because the bottom line here is that you've got a good the rice tarification law is to strengthen our agriculture, but is it really happening? Or maraming sa dami ng layers, hindi na nag-trickle down too. So kailangan din yung reviewin yan because it's gonna be something that it may not be a threat, but it may be a hurdle na kailangan nating tignan. Yun din currently it's multi-agency ang Department of Agriculture, and with those multi-agency creates a lot of red tapes, and with red tapes obviously corruptions. So we also have to simplify yung or streamline yung agency as of the moment. So because that will be one of the threats. The other thing is yung banks. We have to especially for Mindanao or for any other regions that doesn't have a strong cooperative that they can borrow money. So the banks, the rural banks, the land banks, or the banks that are based locally supporting the community would need to be they need to look into their process whereby the farmers can access yung benefits and at the same time backed or guaranteed by the government. Because without the money, sinabi na natin kanina, it will not be, the agriculture will not be revived. Yung calamities, obviously, yung climate change, big factor yan sa agriculture. So that's a threat that there's not much that we can do, but look, it is definitely a threat. And believe it or not, yung Mandanas ruling, I don't know if everyone have heard about the Mandanas ruling. The Garcia Mandanas ruling is about the internal revenue allocations it will increase the IRA na tinatawag for the local communities, and it's a big sum amount of money. The problem kasi doon, okay sana na magkaroon ng extra money ang local government. Ang problema, meron kasing executive order for what we call devolution. Yung devolution is that yung Executive Order 163, yan ang nagiging threat ngayon sa amin, sa farmers. Kasi yung mga magkakaroon ka ng extra pera ang LGU, but ibibigay din yung mga basic services back to them. And I know for a fact na sinabi ni PBBM that especially health is one of the basic system, as far as I know. Gusto niyang i-nationalize ulit yan and look into more involvement of the national. However, how to counter these things, yung Mandanas ruling, yung EO 163 sa Mandanas ruling, is to reverse the executive order. It was an executive order or delay, perhaps. I-delay muna yung EO 163, yung devolution ng services, para ma-divert yung, instead na i-implement yung EO 163, gamitin mo yung tao na magsaka muna. Umpisahan ang pagsasaka sa kanila. And use the funds para use the funds na extra to start yung agriculture dun sa area, so then again, that's just my opinion. I think the EO 160 will be delayed. It should be scrapped. Yun naman sa climate, kailangan talaga magkaroon tayo ng resilient, yung threat sa climate, kailangan nating magkaroon ng resilient crops and planning and insurance. So yun ang counter nun. Yun naman mga banks, it will be, kaya linagay niya yung mga economists, mga technocrats to look into the banks and implement monetary and fiscal policies that would facilitate an easy access to funding to the farmers or to the cooperatives. Yun namang rice tariffication law, sinabi na ni PBBM yan na i-review niya yan, to make sure, especially the mechanization flows through the farmers. Yun namang anong counter natin sa multi-agency, alam na natin yan, yung a daming agency sa DA, it has to be decluttered. And then one streamlined approach to the value chain. And then yun namang counter niya sa sabotage. These are combinations of a lot of agencies. The most important thing kasi sa sabotage is we know that we have the military and everyone is supporting, and this president is mandated by 31.5 million. So if you dare to sabotage that mandate, ang laki ng kakalabanin mo. So we are assured of that 31.5 million. Bottom line, we just need to continue to be united to counter the sabotage. So yun ang threats na nakikita ko or brainstorm with my family. Kasama na yung mga nakakausap ng mga farmers, kung ano yung mga threats na possibly mag-delay or hindi mag-prevent. Full stop, hindi. But I think it will just delay or prevent some of the Pero yung may counter naman na-identify on how to counter the threats. So I think we're all good from that point of view. Yun lang naman yung threats.
Pero may tanong lang ako sa iyo, no, kasi you talked about threats, no, na marami talaga i-hurdle si President Bongbong Marcos. Paano nalagpasan ng Ilocos lahat yon? Considering na nakakapag-produce kayo ng napakalaki talagang numbers of rice, nakakapag-export pa kayo, paano nalagpasan lahat ito? In other words, I mean, syempre we have the red tape, pero naman din dyan makakalaban mo makartel. Niisip ko lang, sa lahat ng sinabi mong threats, pero ang Ilocos was able to outsmart kung ano man yung mga threats na yan or hadlang. Paano nagawa yan during Bongbong Marcos time?
I think yung resilience na tinatawag was built within the UniTEA. And with the unity, it's built within culture. It's ingrained. And then with the culture, there's values, diba? We have separate opinions dyan, maraming opinionated, maraming marites, as everywhere in the Philippines. But we know that we are Ilocanos, diba? Now, the other thing as well is inclusive. Naririnig na natin to, right? Naririnig natin tong inclusivity, right? Hindi to cliche na statement ni Marcos, ni BBM, apologies. From the national level, right, down to the supposedly municipal level lang ang involvement nitong convergence na tinatawag sa Ilocos. Sinama nila doon ng farmers sa scale, sa bottom up. Sinama nila as part of stakeholders ng farmers. Iyon ang inclusivity. Ganun kagaling. Nagtutulong-tulong ang lahat. And then again, comes down to unity. Now, paano niya sinasabi to sa atin? Right? How did we become that resilient to this, to the ones that would like to destroy yung community, yung culture, right? Is sinasabi niya kung sa amin, kung sa Ilocos, tayo ay Ilocano. So that's culture. Ngayon, ano yung sinasabi? Tayo ay Pilipino. Right? And magkaisa tayo. Sama-sama tayo. It's the same message that he was saying before, consistently. Hindi na bago ang message nila. It comes down to unity. It comes down to how you value your culture, how you value being a Filipino. Doon na pumapasok yung patriotism sa nationalism, di ba? Who rekindled that? PRRD. You know, and what is the mission of, what is the vision of PRD is to be continued. Yan naman is palalakihin nila yung flame ng nationalism and patriotism through SARA education, PBBM, to a continuous, consistent call to be one, to be united, you know, and with that to hang your flag, you know, and to be proud again being a Filipino. Yun eh. Of all this success, titignan mo, bakit ka success? Sige, pumasok kayo sa Ilocos, isa landang papasok palabas niyan, Ilocano kami. Pero pag tingnan mo sa bigger scale, can you scale it? Pilipino kami. Archipelago kami, pero isa kami. Magkakaiba man ng
Yes.
kultura, pero iisa, di ba? Isang layunin,
Yeah.
isang minamahal, ang bansang Pilipinas. So, hindi yan arte. Hindi arte ng politika yan. Totoo yan, nararamdaman nating lahat sa iba't ibang level, you know. So, I think yun ang secret of his
Mm.
of the success. Yeah, yun lang naman. I mean, I choke sometimes when I speak about it because I felt their calling, you know. So,
Yes.
um,
Alam mo, totoo,
hmm,
Jay, nawala na kasi sa atin yung sense of nationalism natin. I remember when I was growing up in the 60s, um, kaya hanga rin kasi ako kay President Marcos kasi I can really feel, even yung nagka-high school na ako, na this guy, yung kanyang dedikasyon para mapa-improve yung bansa natin is na hindi mo mako-question eh. Even his wife, First Lady Imelda Marcos, kasama niya sa proyekto para lang sa Pilipino. And for 35 years nawala yon. Then suddenly we have Duterte. Ako, the man is going, leaving the office of the president in a few days. And I'm so grateful kasi kung wala talaga hindi niya inumpisahan yung panawagan niyang pagmamahal din sa bayan, mananatili pa rin tayong katulad ng dati. At ang ganda kasi ng continuation eh. Inumpisahan ni Duterte, love for country, and then followed by Bongbong Marcos, unity, di ba? Tapos kung tatakbo pa si Sara for the next after 6 years, ang ganda ng ating we see a brighter future for the Philippines. So, yun nga, sense of nationalism, dapat talaga ibalik natin. Pagmamahal
hmm,
sa bayan. Di ba? Kung may pagmamahal tayo sa bayan, lahat ng ating desisyon at aksyon ay para sa ikabubuti ng bayan.
correct. Totoo yan. So I think yun ang um, yung panawagan na nakakaintindihan lahat. You know, pag sinabi Pilipino ako, 'di ba? Proud Pinoy.
Mm.
Um, taga-Pilipinas ako at mahal ko ang Pilipinas. Yun ang panawagan na maintindihan ng kahit sino eh. And I think yun din ang panawagan na ibinigay ng mga Marcos sa Ilocos, you know. And sa Albano sa Isabela, mga D. Yan ang panawagan, you know. Na magkakaiba man tayo ng opinion at hindi ko man gusto yung bawat isang Pilipino, pero Pinoy ako. Pero mahal kong Pilipinas.
Yes.
Ilocano ako. You know? So I think
So,
yun
totoo
eh. Yun yun eh.
talaga. At the solid
Oh,
north. Solid north
merong
tayo.
solid north. Yeah, merong solid north.
Yes,
Kultura
yes,
yan sa
yes.
solid north. Eh. Solid north is a
Yes,
culture, you know.
yes,
So, um,
yes.
uh, and yeah, we can discuss what is solid north and what solid north can do, you know. But yung lahat ng ito yun nga sinabi ko kanina nung nag-umpisa tayo, comes down to pagkakaisa, unity, a call for unity. It's about time, and with unity we can achieve great things. Now, what are those great things? Moving forward, ngayon meron ng sistema. So Ilocos, yung ano ng Ilocos ngayon, ang price na ng per uh, per kilo ng bigas, okay, is 25 pesos. Okay? That is from NFA.
Wow.
And 25 pesos, pag magbenta ka ng bigas sa Ilocos, wag ka or sa North, wag ka magbenta ng pangit. So, ibig ko sabihin dito, 25 pesos pero hindi siya pangit. You know?
Quality.
And, konti na lang, konti na lang tayo. Makakapunta na tayo sa 20. Isa makikita mo kung ba't ganun ka-confident itong taon to I mean, itong taon to, sorry. This is PBBM Because he can do it, And ano ang rice buffer ng Ilocos? Anong stock ng rice? Rice. Up to October. Ang mandato ng NFA, as far as I know, is to have a stock of 15 days. Hindi kaya. Hindi mo kaya i-regulate ubusin ka ng cartel kung 15 days lang kaya mong i-stock. Ibig sabihin kaya mong i-stock, kaya mong bilhin sa farmers. Kailangan meron kang buffer na 30 days or 27 to 30 days as how the FEM did. Kasi dati naman yan, hindi naman yan diba? Hindi naman yan, ang NFA is NGA yan, National Grains Authority before. That was 1972, right? Ngayon nag-NFA. But you have to have enough storage of food, of rice specifically then, or ibang grains, for you to sustain and to, para ma-supportahan mo yung community. Ilocos has got up to October. And what's the result of that? They can sell 25 peso rice. May bibili ba nun? I doubt. So, kasi siguro may mga stock
So it's really
na magagandang.
possible pala.
It is
Talaga
possible
yung 20 to 30 pesos.
Yes. It is possible. Is it scalable, di ba? Balik tayo doon. Well, we just have to fix yung mga infrastructure so we can sustain yung price na yon. Tataas din siya eventually, but while we are in crisis, it will be handy to have 20 pesos, rice. Ngayon, isa pa dyan is yung golden rice. Have you heard of golden rice? Golden
Actually,
rice
hindi ko pa
is now.
nakakita ng golden rice Hindi ko pa nakikita ang
Okay.
golden rice.
So, ang golden rice is also now being grown as a rice and as a binhi sa Ilocos. Ngayon, anong ma-address ng golden rice? The difference between an ordinary rice to a golden rice, the golden rice has got a high beta-carotene level. And the beta-carotene, when it's metabolized, it addresses the problem in vitamin A deficiency Filipinos, right? And it's not that expensive to grow, right? Anong ma-address nito? Yung hunger and malnutrition. If you eliminate those, you achieve peace. If you eliminate those, you you reduce the poverty. Diba? Malnutrition and hunger, you cannot achieve peace with hunger. It's present.
Yes.
You cannot say that your poverty line is low when some people are still hungry and they are malnourished. So itong then Nutriban will be another thing. So golden rice is now being raised in Ilocos. What else? Brown rice as well. As a result of the unification, consolidation of farmers to only magtanim, sama-sama tayo ng same na butil ng bigas. Then you can have some value-added brown rice. Ano pa? Yung tinatawag na Japanese rice. Ginagawa na rin doon. Yan yung mga pang-import natin later on. Not unless tulad ka ni B or ni Ma'am Rafael na talagang may pera, Bibili nila rin. So, bibili. It's a premium rice
Hindi
that we
naman,
can offer.
maniwala sila.
Pero maniwala kayo hindi. Yung rice na yan, is yan yung mga ginagamit, mga milagrosa. Yun ay yung ginagamit sa mga wedding, no? Sa Ilocos. But these things
Mm.
can be yung RC6060 at ang tawag doon, yung variety ng rice, which is a Japanese rice. So, isa rin yan. So, ano pa, Wagyu beef. You know, Wagyu beef, yung mga farmers, meron silang livestock, and inoferan sila na, ang tawag dito kasi nung panahon ni Apo FEM, tinatawag yung baka na dinala niya, uh, is Brahman, Brahman. And the Brahman is a type of a cow na nagpo-produce siya ng good meat pero hindi Wagyu type na yung tinatawag na scattered yung fat. Yung Wagyu
Mm.
kasi, di ba, it's a brand of meat, it's a brand of cattle that distributes the fat equally to the meat. Kaya ang lambot eh. You know. Kaya may mga similya na linagyan. So sabi ng local government, kung gusto niyo palitan yung Brahman nyo and sumama kayo sa program, we will give you free veterinary checkups, free I think yung mga dewormings, inseminations, and monitoring. Ngayon, linagyan ng I think 190 na baka. Brahman to they put the semen to the Wagyu semen to the 150 Brahmans, and there is about 80 to 90 Brahmans that are due to deliver a Wagyu calf in October. And these are all
Wow.
because of agriculture. Yeah. So yung mga yon, meron ng okay, I'm allowed to say this. Meron ng mga prospected buyers for the Wagyu beef. Ngayon,
Is it
value added.
international? International ba yung mga buyers na nakikita natin?
Possibly, yes. So, ngayon, value added. Yung pinakamatigas na ng Wagyu, let's say ang marble score, kasi may na marble score to, di ba? The higher the marble score, the more tender the beef is, the lower the marble score. So, sabihin natin yung mga reject na marble 3 ang score, lowest, up the 1 to 10 scale.
Mm.
Gawin mong tapa yan, then you have value added. Ilocos will say, technically, that's a Wagyu beef. And mas malambot pa sa kahit anong baka na gusto mo, kahit pa marble score of 3 yan. So, yung
Yeah.
mga ganun ba? So, and the things of, if you heard of this, what is coming in the future when we have our connectivity and when we have our a more digitalized DA and database system, dyan na darating yung agri-tech, agri-technology. And we
Okay.
can also discuss about what's the future of agri-tech, you know.
Sige.
Uh, now overall, um, I can mention of like multi-cropping ng Ilocos, overall. So what's the timeline of this? It took almost about 7 years or 5 to 7 years, I think, before you can see this happening. So, but yung mga immediate effects happen between about 3 to 5 years, I think, yun ang timeline niya. But if we start now and just increase yung by 20% sa mga gagawin natin, I think we will achieve yun. Let's remember na part ng GDP natin, I think, is about 35% is agriculture. Prior to the pandemic, we are at double digit courtesy of PRRD on what we have now. So if we have
Yes.
increase natin ng agriculture natin, imagine our GDP. 'Di ba? Ang 35% ng agriculture pala is GDP, and 25% of the workforce is from agriculture. That spells for itself, 'di ba? Narvacan Farmers Market, I said I'll touch base on that too. They highlight their produce, and you can buy the produce at the market price, a very clean facility, And what did it do when Apo Singson opened that? It increases the local business by 64%. Now, these are all can be duplicated, replicated, and scaled, you know, basing on the framework that was brought about by, conceptualized and brought about and implemented by Apo BBM. So, but let's say all of these are wows, all of these are good.
Yes, yes.
Great outlook, great vision, great forecast. The only thing this will only happen if we unite, if we are willing to
Correct.
unite and to be together, you know. Uh, I think we cannot set aside differences. Yan eh, dami pa rin magagaling na magsasaka eh. Marami pa rin may opinion,
Mhm.
that's fine. But remove all of those, yung mga, ano ba sabi ng father ko, you remove yung mga ingay na yon. You filter them and just look at just one objective. Let's unite first and then what is the common goal? 'Di ba? Then we move forward with
Correct.
that. 'Di ba? Kasi if for example sabi niya, aawayin mo ba yung nagkamali ng pagtatanim? Mag-spend time ka ba na awayin yon or turuan mo na lang? Or ignore mo na at gawin na lang natin ulit? At pag-aralan natin kung saan nagkamali. Saan ka mag-spend ng time? You know? Yung bang mga ganun. So, the main thing is why did this all happen is because one, for the love of uh, his of Ilocos, of Ilocanos, and number two is the call for unity and people responded. I think those are the two fundamentals on this. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, if there's any question, um, I'm happy to take. And
Ano,
by the
may
way,
question po
pala,
kayo? Yes.
one more thing, of all the agriculture thing that we spoke, ano nangyari? Ano na nangyari ngayon sa Ilocos? It has converted to agribusiness. 'Di ba? Yung value chain na pinag-uusapan natin, agriculture, pero with all those value added, agribusiness na siya. You know? Meaning na hindi na nakafocus sa agriculture. Now, hopefully that ma-entice natin yung mga young generations to go, okay, I'll go agribusiness. Because that's what it is nowadays. You call it agribusiness, hindi na agriculture.
Alam mo, Jay,
That's it.
ang dami talagang napakaganda ng insights mo, no? I wish we could have more time really para mahimay-himay natin 'yan. But overall, itong discussion natin, I hope this is just the start at nakapagbigay tayo ng medyo malinaw sa mga listeners natin at hindi nakakaintindi about the 20 pesos and also about how Ilocos was able to do it, 'di ba? So, sana ma-invite ka pa namin and probably we can discuss more in detail yung mga proseso at ano yung mga ano ba yung mga nai-involve na mga detalye pagdating sa pag-achieve natin ng mga 20 pesos. But I do agree in one thing, in unison tayo na lahat nga itong magandang programa, pero hindi ito masasakatuparan kung kanya-kanya tayo. So we really have to support our government. I'm with you on that. And, one final word siguro, napakalaki ng inako talaga responsibilidad ni President Marcos. Pero kahit na gaano kalaki yon, minsan maisip natin posible, kaya lang yung panawagan niyang unity. Siguro ang dapat na ang ating maset ang expectation is gaano man kahirap yan, ma-achieve yan, but we have to give the present some time. Kasi baka yung mga tao mag-expect na in just 1 year ma-achieve to. So let's just, set our expectation na marami pagdadaanan, but we can do it. And all we have to do is really support the president kasi pag nag-fail siya, we also fail. Pag nag-succeed siya, we will succeed as a country. Your final word, Jay, and also B, what would you like to say?
Um, I just
Sige.
wanted to thank Kuya John for um gracing us with his presence dito sa podcast. Thank you so much for everything, pati yung
Yes.
information mo. It's so in-depth and I really appreciate that. And I hope people would actually learn more about yung agriculture and yung agribusiness as
Wait, this
well.
is not the last time, Jay, ha? I would like to invite you more
No,
and we'll
no.
talk more about agriculture,
Oo.
Mm.
ha? Kasi I can see you're so passionate and so are we. And hopefully we can tap in yung sa coffee as well because we're both
Yes.
coffee lovers.
Yes, yes,
Like
definitely,
me,
definitely.
ma-invite ka
I
namin
am
uli, ha?
definitely. I am very well into coffee as well. You know, so but I would like to take yung opportunity na binigay nyo to express my passion and express yung to be proud, allowing me to be proud Ilocano. You know, and
Yes.
not only
Of
that,
course.
it also allowed me, and hopefully the people has felt this na the ones that will listen na we should be proud Filipinos too. You know, that's the most important thing. Being
Yes.
proud Filipino, and with that, you take it as let's unite, because in unity, alam natin, there's power, there's strength, and we can achieve anything and almost everything, diba? Um, then again, I would like to say my background is medical, and I'm seeing and being passionate about agriculture in a way that I know that this is the hope, and the one that is leading us has been there, done that with a sincere intent to better our life, each and every single Filipinos. Sincero ang mga Marcos. So let's support them, and
Yes.
let's support each other as Filipinos. That's all.
Go Uniteam, 'di ba? Jay, baka gusto mong batila yung mga kapwa Ilocano natin na nakikinig ngayon in our dialect. Go ahead before si B. Final word ni B. Go ahead, sir.
Lagi ta kakabsat tayo lakay. Apo kinggagayem at Ilocos Solid North. Ipatuloy tayo ti um, trabaho para uh, umasenso ti bansa tayo nga Pilipinas. Ipakita tayo no anati Ilocano, anati inaramid ni Apo BBM. Tapno amin tayo ki agprospero, and amin tayo ki uh, agyaman kini Apo BBM and FEM for making us better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, JB. Do you have one
Thank
final
you.
word?
Wala naman. Just thank you for everyone who's listening or who's about to listen to this podcast.
Yes.
Marami pa
And
kaming
thank you ever. Yes.
Yes. Marami pa
Exciting
kaming
discussion.
guests. And we will also invite again si Kuya Jay for other topics as well. And yan, abangan nyo. So thank you so much.
B. And thank you again, Sir J. Diyos ti Agnina. Tayo magiging world-class
Diyos ti
uli ang
Agnina.
Pilipinas. Yes,
Yeah.
Diyos ti Agnina. May awa ang Diyos B in Tagalog. Thank you po, Sir J. Thank you, B. Yes, B. Go ahead. You
Thank
can
you.
end the show.
Yep. So have a lovely week and see you or
Like,
hear us
share.
on podcast.
Yeah, follow
Subscribe.
us. Thank you, guys. Sir J, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.